Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we are doing my updated Senate predictions. So there's been at least one change. There are a few additional, like instead of tilt lean or instead of lean tilting, that have occurred as well. So this is the 7-color 2018 Battleground, and I don't really like how this is. Um, Nebraska is more Republican than Texas is. I There's no real shot. Mississippi Special, there's no shot for Democrats for taking that. On the Democratic side, I would have the entire Rust Belt, with the exception of Indiana. We'll get back to that. Be safe Democratic. There's not really a real pathway for the Republicans with how bad Trump's approval ratings are, um, among with other things. I don't really see them having a shot. Um, let's start off with the likely Democratic states. West Virginia. Right now, Joe Manchin is seven. He's 7 points ahead. Is the average poll. It's kind of getting out of reach for the Republican Party. Montana, John Tester, he's leading by more than he was. So that's what leads me to believe that it'll be likely versus what most people think of leaning. Arizona is likely Democratic. Um, if you look at the polls, Kristen Sinema is right now is killing the all of her potential Republican nominees, and it's not really a good situation at all for Republicans. Let's move over to the. I don't think I have any likely red states I have to go over. However, there are leaning Democratic states. Um, Nevada, Jackie Rosen is up by a slim margin, but I think that margin will continue to grow as we get closer to the election. Dean Heller is not very approved of. Um, there won't. I don't really see much of a chance of Nevada going red and him keeping it, and yeah, Dean Heller keeping his seat. Missouri. So right now, Claire McCaskill is down to Josh Hawley. I think the average is like 0.2%. So that's obviously not enough to call the race. But I think there are a lot of strengths, there are a lot of things going for Claire McCaskill. Claire McCaskill, I think, got lucky. Just like in 2012, where the challenger wasn't that good. I don't think Josh Hawley is that good of a candidate. Leaning Republican, North Dakota is still leaning Republican. Kevin Cramer is probably going to unseat Heidi Heitkamp. In Texas, I'm moving that to the leaning column versus the likely. I still think that Ted Cruz will probably win that state. It's just a technical thing of the 5% over or under 5%. Now we have the tilting states. Um, Tennessee is, under my opinion, tilting red instead of leaning red. And this comes down to, I mentioned them last time, but I'll show them this time. So Real Clear Politics, they're overall they're a pretty reliable source in my opinion. Um, right now the spread is Bredesen by 1.6. But I want you to take a look. April. There's a lot of undecided. They did this one in July. A lot of undecided. And the one that has the least amount of undecided people has Marshall Blackburn up by 4. So it's really good. I think for the Democrats, for this race being close is basically like is pretty good for them, considering how right now they should get absolutely murdered in the state. But yeah, I think eventually the polls will turn out the undecided voter will vote more for Marsha Blackburn than for Phil Bredesen. Florida, tilt red. Last time I called it a toss-up, I didn't really indicate what I thought about the race. This time I can make a distinction because of the polls. Recently, I see the undecided voter aspect. I do see that part. Like that when Scott up 6. I don't think he's gonna win by 6 points. I think it'll be a lot closer than that. But yeah, the ones without as much tend to have. It goes back and forth. It's gonna be a really tight race. On election night, that's gonna be one of the ones that people are gonna be really focused on. However, there have been more recent polls showing Rick Scott ahead, and I think eventually, after a long night, he will prevail. And then flip from last time, Indiana leaning for Mike Donnelly. The reason for this, okay. Give me a second here. This is acting weird. Real Clear Politics. Sorry about this. Senate races. Indiana. Come on. There we go. Alright. So the reason why I switched this is look at that. A Republican poll shows Mike Braun losing by 12 points. I don't know how they did their polling. I don't know what the heck they did, what happened, but I don't think Joe Donnelly is going to win by 12%. I don't see that happening. However, I could see how 5 points is the margin of error and he wins by 1. 2.6 is the margin of error and apparently he wins by 12. I don't think Joe Donnelly's going to win by 12 points, but I think my guess will be around 5. So that's it. That if all of this would happen, that would be the map. Republicans maintain a 51-49 lead. The gains from both parties equal each other, and that's about it. Alright, thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down below what you think should potentially be changed in future videos, and I'll see you all soon.